Carolyn Goodridge's Yang Mill's Fields of Subatomic Particles, Dimensions of Being series is a profound exploration of the intersection between theoretical physics, Eastern philosophy, and the artist's deeply personal spiritual journey. This work transcends mere abstraction, serving as a visual meditation on the fundamental nature of reality, rendered with exceptional technical skill and conceptual depth. Technical specifications and material significance. The artwork is executed in encaustic on greenhouse-grade glass with umber color enamel spray paint on the reverse side, measuring 34 inch by 24 inch. This choice of materials is highly significant and foundational to the work's aesthetic and conceptual impact. Encaustic, an ancient medium composed of heated beeswax, damar resin, and pigment, is renowned for its luminous, translucent, and textural qualities. Its historical lineage stretches back to ancient Greek ship painting and, most famously, the Fayum mummy portraits of Roman Egypt, where its durability and ability to capture lifelike qualities were prized. In Goodridge's hands, encaustic's inherent properties are exploited to their fullest potential. Working on greenhouse-grade glass, rather than a traditional opaque substrate like wood panel or canvas, is a deliberate and critical choice. Glass allows for unparalleled light transmission and depth, transforming the painting surface into a dynamic, permeable membrane. The encaustic layers, often applied in molten states, fuse and flow, creating a sense of organic movement and ethereal transparency. This layering, visible through the glass, becomes a literal and metaphorical representation of the artist's exploration of hidden dimensions and subatomic structures. The umber enamel spray paint on the reverse side serves to selectively obscure and ground certain areas, creating a dramatic contrast between opaque, dense forms and the luminous, translucent passages of encaustic. This technique enhances the illusion of depth, suggesting vast cosmic spaces and microscopic realms simultaneously. The dimensions of 34-inch or 24W, while not monumental, are substantial enough to draw the viewer into an immersive experience, allowing the intricate details and expansive forms to unfold. The choice of glass also imbues the work with a certain fragility and preciousness, underscoring the delicate balance of the universal forces it depicts. Formal analysis and technical execution. Goodridge's composition is characterized by a dynamic interplay of organic forms, vibrant color, and rich texture. The central visual motif appears as a swirling, biomorphic mass, rendered in deep browns, blacks, and umbers, suggesting cosmic dust, nebulae, or perhaps the dense core of a subatomic particle. This dark, textured form is contrasted sharply with expansive areas of luminous blues, greens, and whites, evoking gaseous clouds, deep space, or energetic fields. The detail images reveal the meticulous handling of the encaustic medium. The natural reticulations created by the raw pigment crystals are a testament to the artist's mastery of encaustic's inherent properties, allowing the medium to self-organize into intricate fractal-like patterns. These unique signatures within the pigment suggest the chaotic yet ordered complexity of natural phenomena, from geological formations to cellular structures. The contrast between rough and smooth surfaces further enhances the tactile quality of the work, inviting a haptic engagement that transcends purely visual perception. Areas of thick, impasto-like encaustic create a sense of gravitational pull and density, while thinner, more translucent washes allow light to penetrate and diffuse, creating an ethereal glow. The sphericality of the design is evident in the curved forms and the suggestion of a vast, encompassing space, reinforcing the cosmic themes. The high contrast of deep space with vague underlying forms reaching outward creates a sense of perpetual motion and expansion, mirroring the artist's fascination with the dynamic universe. The luminosity achieved through the layered encaustic on glass gives the work an almost internal light source, a characteristic that aligns perfectly with the artist's spiritual and scientific inquiries into light and energy. Style, movement, and influences. Carolyn Goodridge's work firmly situates itself within the lineage of abstract expressionism, particularly the color field painters, while simultaneously forging a unique path informed by her diverse intellectual and spiritual pursuits. Her stated inspirations, Mark Tobey, Mark Rothko, Clifford Still, Hans Hofmann, Vasily Kandinsky, and Paul Klee, are clearly discernible. Like Rothko, she uses color and light to evoke profound emotional and spiritual states. The expansive, atmospheric quality of her work echoes Still's monumental fields of color, while the gestural energy and intuitive approach recall Kandinsky's synesthetic explorations of music and color. Hoffman's emphasis on push and pull in composition finds a new dimension in Goodridge's layered encaustic, where forms seem to recede and advance through the glass. Her work can be seen as a contemporary extension of these traditions, infused with a distinctly Afrofuturist sensibility through its exploration of cosmic themes, advanced scientific concepts, and a non-Western spiritual framework. While not overtly figurative, the work's conceptual underpinnings, the microcosm and macrocosm of life's forces of nature, resonate with Afrofuturist themes of transcending earthly limitations and exploring alternative realities. Iconography and Symbolism. The title, Yang Mill's Fields of Subatomic Particles, Dimensions of Being series, immediately establishes a scientific and philosophical framework. Yang Mill's fields are fundamental to the standard model of particle physics, describing the interactions of subatomic particles. By invoking this concept, Goodridge positions her abstract forms as symbolic representations of these invisible, yet powerfully influential forces. The Dimensions of Being series further suggests a multi-layered reality, moving beyond the purely physical into the metaphysical. The swirling forms, luminous passages, and deep textured areas can be interpreted as visual metaphors for quantum foam, nebulae, black holes, or the energetic vibrations that comprise all matter. The contrast between light and dark, expansion and contraction, order and chaos, symbolizes the dualities inherent in both scientific theories, like zero-point energy and black hole theory, and Eastern philosophies, yin-yang, Maya. The artist's intention to stimulate the intuitive and emotional sensitivities and point the viewer to a higher consciousness of light and love and the power of healing the body matter by the spirit imbues the abstract forms with profound spiritual symbolism. The zero-point energy, a concept from quantum field theory, resonates with the Buddhist concept of emptiness or the Taoist uncarved block, a state of pure potentiality. Critical interpretation. Quantum Vedic consciousness framework. Given Carolyn Goodridge's background and explicit philosophical framework, the quantum Vedic consciousness framework is essential for a comprehensive interpretation of Yang Mill's fields of subatomic particles. Goodridge's use of encaustic on glass, with its inherent layering and translucence, serves as a potent metaphor for quantum superposition. Each layer of wax and pigment, visible yet distinct, represents a potential state or dimension existing simultaneously, much like a quantum particle existing in multiple states until observed. The observer effect, a cornerstone of quantum mechanics, is implicitly invoked in her statement. Weicho is doing the experimenting, and can their experiments even use instruments not even conceived of as yet? Can my mind watch my mind? Can the instruments measure itself? This challenges the notion of objective reality, suggesting that consciousness plays a role in manifesting reality, a concept deeply resonant with Vedic thought. Her integration of Eastern philosophy, Zen, Taoism, yoga, Sufism, and particularly the Upanishads, with theoretical physics creates a tapestry of non-dual awareness. The Vedic concept of Brahman, the ultimate, unchanging reality underlying all phenomena, and Atman, the individual soul, identical with Brahman, finds its artistic expression in the seamless interconnectedness of her forms. The microcosm and macrocosm appearing the same, from microbe to nebulae, directly reflects the Advaita Vedanta principle of non-duality, where the individual and the universal are ultimately one. The swirling, energetic forms can be seen as manifestations of Maya, the illusory, ever-changing phenomenal world, which nonetheless emanates from the ultimate reality of Brahman. The artist's emphasis on musical resonance and Michio Kaku's vibrating strings aligns with the concept of Om as the primordial sound, the vibrational essence of the universe in Vedic tradition. Goodridge's synesthetic consciousness, inspired by Kandinsky and her own musical background, translates these cosmic vibrations into visual frequencies. The intricate reticulations and flowing forms can be interpreted as visual echoes of these universal vibrations, demonstrating how all theories point to musical resonance. Furthermore, Rupert Sheldrake's concept of morphic resonance, the idea that self-organizing systems inherit a collective memory from previous similar systems, can be seen in the recurring patterns and archetypal forms that emerge in Goodridge's work. These forms, while abstract, tap into a collective unconscious, resonating with viewers on a primordial level, much like the inner vision of our larger home, the vast cosmos. The artist's dreams of the cosmos and exploration of her place in the multiverse underscore a personal journey into these morphic fields of information. The work, therefore, does not merely depict scientific or spiritual concepts, it embodies them. The luminous depth of the encaustic on glass, the interplay of transparency and opacity, the dynamic flow of color and texture, all coalesce to represent the fluid, interconnected, and consciousness-dependent nature of reality as understood through both quantum physics and ancient wisdom traditions. It is an invitation to experience reality not as fixed entities, but as vibrating fields of energy, where observer and observed are inextricably linked, and where the mind of God is music resonating in 10-dimensional hyperspace. Artist's voice and intentions. Goodridge's artist statement is an integral part of understanding this work. Her journey from Western theology to Korean Zen Buddhism, her studies in yoga and Eastern philosophies, and her engagement with theoretical physics are not just biographical details but foundational elements of her artistic vision. She explicitly states her intention to inspire fellow seekers interested in the spiritual side of science and to foster meaningful, even enlightening dialogue and self-reflection among scientists, clergy, Zen, and yoga students. This positions her art as a catalyst for interdisciplinary understanding and personal transformation. The work is a visual manifestation of her belief that scientific language is now catching up with and giving credence to the teachings of the ancient spiritual masters and rishis. Her art becomes a bridge between these seemingly disparate realms, inviting viewers to actualize your true selves by perceiving the unity underlying all existence. Contemporary art market and grant and funding insights. Carolyn Goodridge, with her extensive exhibition history, including the U.S. Embassy in Rome, the New York Guggenheim Museum, and the Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum, is a mid-career artist with significant institutional recognition. Her work's unique blend of scientific inquiry, spiritual depth, and technical mastery positions it well within the contemporary art market. Collectors interested in abstract art, works with a strong conceptual underpinning, and those exploring themes of science, spirituality, and consciousness would find her pieces highly appealing. The increasing trend towards art that engages with complex ideas and offers a meditative or contemplative experience further enhances her market positioning. Her connection to Afrofuturism, though subtle in this piece, also taps into a growing and important collector base. From a grant funding perspective, Yang Mill's Fields of Subatomic Particles aligns with several key priorities. The work's exploration of the spiritual side of science and its attempt to integrate cosmology with abstract art speaks to themes of innovation and interdisciplinary dialogue. Her explicit aim to foster enlightening dialogue and self-reflection among scientists, clergy, Zen, and yoga students suggests strong potential for community engagement and cultural exchange grants, particularly from foundations supporting projects that bridge divides or promote new ways of thinking. The work's philosophical depth and its connection to ancient wisdom traditions could also appeal to grants focused on cultural heritage and the preservation of diverse knowledge systems. Organizations like the NEA, state arts councils, and private foundations interested in projects that explore the human condition, consciousness, and our place in the universe would find this work compelling. Furthermore, her role as founder and executive director of Art Impact International Inc., a nonprofit dedicated to edifying, empowering, and nurturing artists, demonstrates a commitment to the broader arts community, which is often a strong factor in grant consideration. In conclusion, Carolyn Goodridge's Yang Mill's Fields of Subatomic Particles, Dimensions of Being series is a powerful and intellectually rigorous work of art. Through her masterful command of encaustic on glass, she creates a visual language that articulates the profound interconnectedness of the universe, bridging the realms of quantum physics and ancient spiritual wisdom. It is a testament to the artist's unique voice, offering a compelling vision of reality that is both deeply personal and universally resonant.